Hi everyone, it's Doreen, my Bedazzled Treasures, and I have a project for you today. It's an altered ornament from Simber McKinsey on YouTube. She had sent me a rack on some die cuts, and this is what they look like. This one here is this style here with a pointy look to it. And then you have the round one that you normally see as an ornament right here. And then you have this one here, which is a different shape. I'm not really used to seeing this shape here, so this is a little harder to work with, but the one I worked with was this one here today. And the paper that I used was this beautiful paper that I shared, the Ciao Bella collection, and I just wanted to show you how this paper looks because it's just too beautiful. This is the paper. Of course, I didn't cut the bird out because I love that. I'm going to use it for a different project. This is how I cut it. And there's a piece down there that I cut. And what I used was another one of these Christmas sprays. But all I used on the Christmas spray for that was this little ball right here. Sorry, I'm out of camera here. That's what it looks like. It's still like a purplish color, purpley pink color ball. I don't know what you call it, but it's got sequins on it. It's really pretty. So I used that in my project. And here it is. That's what it looks like. I had a lot of fun working with this. This particular ornament was very easy to work with because of the shape of it. So what I did was I used my Mod Podge and I adhered the paper down. And when I adhered the paper down, I Mod Podged underneath it and over it, and then I gave it 2 or 3 coats of Mod Podge so that it would thicken it up a little bit. And then what I did is I added some gold dauber around the edge there on both sides. And you'll see down here where I added a little piece at the end. So gave it a little touch to it. And then here I added some buttons because I love vintage buttons and vintage jewelry. And you'll see I have some pieces there. And there's a pink piece of a necklace that I had. And another button on the top. And then here I just added some ribbon to the top. It's really neat. It's like a foil. And this is what the foil looks like. And it's meshy and it actually comes apart. It frays at the end. And I really like how it, see how it kind of frays there at the end. And so when I put the bow on, I hot glued everything on other than the Mod Podge. Everything else is hot glued really tight with the hot glue. And the reason I use the hot glue is because, of course, hot glue is good. It holds it really well, especially with jewelry. So I went ahead and added the hot glue to it on the bow. And I did a really heavy-duty dose right here to hold the ribbon in place. And then the button covers over where the ribbon is. So that's what I did there. And then on top of the paper here, I added my wedding trim. Looks like that. And this one here, I used the gold dauber, Adirondack gold dauber paint. And I distressed it, I guess you would say, because I really doused it with that gold dauber, and I gave it a different vintagey look, and I really liked the way that came out. At first I had it white, and then I was trying the gold dauber paint around the sides, and I tried it on the white on the back, and I said, oh, I really like that, so I went back and painted it to be all gold, and I really like how shiny and pretty that came out. This paper is just beautiful. And then I added a stick pin, and what I thought was really cool was because there's lace on there, it'll hold a stick pin really well. So this stick pin here is got a crystal head on it, and this pin came from my first ever rack when I started on YouTube from Cynthia Luhu. Hi Cynthia! And she had sent me these pins for making comments on her YouTube site, and I just started making my pins, and this is what I used. The crystal there, that's a vintage crystal. It's like a brownish taupe color crystal, and then I added a brown bead and a gold pearl, and all of these are vintage and crystals, so they're all really nice quality crystals that I used on the stick pin. And then you just to stick it back in, you just stick it back in here, and that's how it stays inside. And I thought that was such a cool idea. Another idea for your stick pin swaps that you're doing, where you can, you know, do it differently. It'll hold probably 3, 4, 5, maybe 5 pins at the most. So that's what I did on that side, and I couldn't stop at that. I just didn't want to leave the ornament just plain the way it was. So I decided to do the back side, and the back side was done the same way. I didn't give it as much embellishments, but I did add more of the pearls. I'm sorry, the this trim here. I added more of that, and I doused it with the gold dauber. And then I put the pink paper, which is this part right here that I cut out. This piece is on the back, and then I gold daubered over the top of it to give it more aged look. And then there's more of that lace down there. So that's what I did, and I thought it came out really good. And thank you, Silver, for sending me these die cuts. And you guys, these are really inexpensive. She sells them on her Etsy store, so if you're interested, go check her out. She's a real sweetheart, and I really appreciate her sending them to me. And I had a lot of fun creating this ornament, and I'm going to be creating some more. Silver, I'm going to create one in your colors. I know, girl, pink is not your favorite, but, you know, of course I had to do it in my favorite because I have to look at it. So thank you, everybody, for watching, and stay tuned for my next video. Bye, everyone.